This is purely maddening.
Edgeworth, when did you get back?
What?
Now we're back to sad Obi. Poor guy.
Yeah.
Look at him.
When he gets depressed, he goes hard.
Yeah. He only has 11 when it comes to his sadness.
Well, I mean, he doesn't get sad very often.
Usually mad or irritated or just outright fucking...
Furious.
I don't know what happened. Her story checked out perfectly before. We triple checked. We wouldn't miss something like this. Yes, that would make more sense. Mr. Williamson, I'm curious to know who on your team wrote up the report for the witness's alibi. You can't just miss something like that. The first person to question the witness was Togamera. Oh. Hey, Agent Togamera, is this true?
Who could have seen that coming?
Togamera, you're the killer. Yes, it's true. I interrogated the witness.
But that was before Obi came in.
I told you to never call me Obi again. But I'm afraid at the time her going to Britain was unknown to me.
We've been over this. That isn't something you just miss. You'd have to be blind and incompetent to not figure it out. I figured it out in 3 seconds.
Well, guess what? I am blind. These sunglasses are just for show.
Heck, a 2-minute chat with her parents could have probably given you all the answers.
I'm sorry the thought never occurred to me. Perhaps I am, as you say, blind and incompetent. Togamera.
God damn it, get away from my food, bitch, I'll kill you.
Sounds like you got bug problems too. Only they're bigger. Williamson. All those years ago, that was your same reason.
That he was blind and incompetent?
Incompetence. Yet you still managed to become an FBI agent. How? That, I'm afraid, is irrelevant.
And classified.
Agent, the defense has a good point. If you missed out on something this obvious, I'd hardly consider you to be FBI material. I'm sure my superiors will be upset. When the time comes, I will accept whatever they decide to be my fate. His excuse is that he's an idiot?
His job may be at stake here. I hope he realizes that. Now, of course he realizes it. He hasn't shown himself to be blatantly stupid until now. This has to be a cover for the real reason.
But what would be so serious that he would risk getting fired?
More serious than saying he accidentally screwed up the entire case?
His own life.
That would mean this was all intentional. He had a reason for allowing her to falsely testify. But why would... Wilkins, Waters, everybody's been saying something's off about this case. Nobody's been able to get anything done. And now this guy apparently let that woman make it onto the stand. He had to have forged her alibi. But the only reason he might do that was... That's wrong.
And the police station. He was there when... What is with the police station and everybody having internal monologue?
He was there when Cody... It was him! He killed Cody and Webb! No matter how I look at things, it all comes back to this man. I can't let this monster get away.
You're staring right. Something you'd like to say?
So, Gamera, I don't buy your excuse for 1 second. There's no way this was just bumbling ignorance.
That's so.
Yes, in fact it is.
Alright, then we're going to have to box on top of a Metal Gear.
I'm not liquid. Leave me out of this. There's one piece of evidence that would make it impossible to not see where she was. And your own words have told us you knew about this evidence.
Oh, shit.
Wait, what?
Your own words. What?
What? Impossible to know where she is. Impossible to know where she is. Who's she?
The woman?
Oh, the woman. Oh, the IP log!
Oh, the IP log? Is that what we're going with?
Yeah. 'Cause it
Okay.
shows where she is. And he had the IP log. There's a very simple way to tell where a user's located. The IP log. You let it slip earlier that you had access to it. I'm sure if we trace the addresses she used during her vacation dates, they would lead directly to England.
England!
England!
Yes, more foolishness on my part to overlook it.
No! I'm not eating. Fuck.
Phoenix just had something in his mouth real quick.
You would take the time to carefully track Masked Noob, Stranger to Love, and Bad Play here, but not the one witness who would help you put them away? Let's face it, your entire case rested on that woman's testimony. Your inability to confirm her location wasn't accidental. It was on purpose.
Order! Order, I say! Agent, is what he says true? Of course not. He hasn't even given a reason for why I might have done it. Mr. Wright. You heard him. We need a reason why he might possibly have done this.
That woman's testimony completely changed the case as it was. It brought something very important into the mix that hadn't been there before. By claiming to have witnessed the crime, she created a suspect, a witness, a victim. A witness. There was no witness.
Nope.
A witness, okay?
Clever. Yes, of course, by being a witness, she created one.
So, a suspect. Not that kind of witness, a different kind.
Just how many different kinds of witnesses are there, would you say?
Well, there's one, two...
No, stop. Please just stop.
Shut up! So it was something else then? No one's testimony completely changed the case as it was. It brought something very important into the mix by claiming to the suspect. A suspect. There weren't any. Or rather, there wouldn't have been if Webb's neighbor hadn't shown up. Everything pointing to my client is circumstantial at best. And a straight-up lie at worst. There was no reason to suspect him, or anybody for that matter. Then suddenly she shows up and the prosecution has a suspect. They jumped at the opportunity. Or rather, from what I understand, the prosecution didn't. You did.
What are you saying, Mr. Wright?
There was nobody around to pin the murder on. We needed somebody to be a scapegoat for it.
You think I just picked somebody off the street to blame? How dumb do you think I am? That's no way to run a case.
It wasn't for your case.
Okay, then why?
Why would you need to frame somebody? It's very simple. To protect the real killer.
Think what you're doing, right? There's no going back from here. Mr. Wright, who was this person? If you know, then please tell us.
Your Honor, he's been claiming it as a federal case for some time. But I'm suspecting something very different. He's been deliberately hindering the prosecution, and I find that very suspicious. It was you, Togamera. You killed Mr. Webb.
Order! I say order, Mr. Wright. Do you have any idea the gravity of what you're suggesting?
I've done it before, Judge. You
About
want
to
to
say.
know by now. I do, Your Honor. Every scenario I can think of points to this man as the culprit. He's been misleading everyone from the very beginning.
My methods may be extreme, but the goal has always been with the greater good in mind. Who are you to question it? Agent Togamera, regardless of who the killer was, your actions and inactions are inexcusable. I will have a word with your superiors when this trial is over. This accusation must be addressed immediately. Mr. Williamson, you've been very quiet. What is your stance on this? The prosecution calls for a recess. Oh, what for? This just turned my case upside down. I'm going to need some time to get things straight. Give me 10 minutes. I suppose that's...
Frickin' getting things straight session.
I am very smart. Suppose
C
that's
plus
fine.
basic, bitch.
This court will have a 10-minute recess. I expect to see you all back here after that.
Alright.
Hooray.
How's your encoding?
It hasn't acted up once.
So it was your resolution, I guess.
Apparently, Pyrite fucked me over. See, it was Pyrite, not OBS.
OBS still sucks, and I'm running this at a higher resolution than you do, and I'm not having problems.
What do you think Mr. Williamson wanted a recess for?
Because he wanted to get on the slide. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But I don't believe him when he says he just wants to rethink things. He's up to something.
I knew that FBI man was bad.
He's been using top secret as an excuse at every turn so far. If we don't find a way to break through that, he's definitely going to be a slippery one.
Do you think we have enough?
I'm not sure. The prosecution doesn't have much evidence, but neither do we. The whole issue with this case is that the fire destroyed everything. Who was forensics and who was the cops?
I think I was cops.
Excuse me, sir. I was told to bring you something. Really? From whom? Dr. Drayson wanted me to deliver this to you. Is that Cody's autopsy?
Oh, I hope so.
He thought it could help you. I told him I might know where to find you.
Oh, what is it?
It's Cody's autopsy report. Tell Dr. Drayson thank you, officer. Yes, I will. Good luck with the trial, sir. Don't worry, Cody. I'll make sure we put this man away for good. Let's look at the autopsy report.
Alrighty then.
August.
Autopsy report. The subject was shot 3 times in the back. Wounds are consistent with those found on the body of Walter Webb. Oh.
17. God damn.
Victim was shot 3 times in the back. Shots were fired close range from a low-caliber firearm. Any one of the bullets would have proven fatal. Bullets passed through his body and into the bookcase behind him.
I didn't like the little shit, but he didn't have to die.
No, not really. Court is in session again. Mr. Williamson, do you have shit straight? Yes, it was sufficient. I have rethought my case. The prosecution supports Agent Togamera's claims. What? Jesus.
Yeah, he's gonna play. Williamson, are you really going along with this guy?
I know what I'm doing. Do you?
Yes, of course I do. And here I was, starting to think you actually had your priorities straight.
You seem confident about this. The defense has shown some very compelling things regarding the agent. I would like to hear a rebuttal for this. Judge, as a federal agent, I would never step outside the law in such a way.
Yeah, because they've never done that before.
Nope. It certainly is a scary thought. Nevertheless, I want to hear your testimony about this. Certainly.
Williamson! What are you thinking? You go to your room right now, mister.
I didn't kill Webb. I would never be stupid enough to initiate a confrontation with him. My mission was never to kill him. I wouldn't overstep that boundary. There's nothing to suggest I even entered his home. As for the witness, I stand by what I said earlier. Mr. Wright, given this man's status, I hope you can back up your claims. Your accusation here carries more weight than usual. Oh,
Cool.
that's a tiny sliver goddamn tick of green there.
You might say a gnat's cunt hair.
Yes, given that, I'd say it's only fair to deliver a harsher sentence to him.
Just silence. You had no response to that.
After all, we know he's bluffing.
A harsher sentence?
Phoenix, you had at one point your entire health bar gone and it was like hovering over your head.
What, are they gonna throw me in prison if I screw this up?
Yes.
Oh well, it doesn't matter. I'm not letting this guy get away. This is personal. Save this again! I said save, prick! We don't know if pressing is what messes us up.
That's fine.
So you didn't kill him. You've just been hindering the search to find who did?
I think you misunderstand my actions. What you claim is hindering was merely foolishness. I was overeager to complete the mission and skipped a few too many quarters.
That's a lie.
How dare you?
You bad, bad boy. Do you even have an alibi?
Now go to your room with Obi. Of course I do. However, I'm not at liberty to divulge it.
Damn it, enough with this! You don't have one at all, do you?
And if I don't, what then? You still have nothing.
If you expect anyone to believe you, you'd better give yourself an alibi.
You are the one making an accusation. Let us see you prove first that he did what you say he did.
Your case holds less weight than mine does right now. Still, he's right. I need to actually back up what I'm saying.
Now, how about we let me continue? Those teeth in that jaw, man. Jesus. Alright. Never be stupid enough to initiate a confrontation with him.
Why's that?
Why not? Why wouldn't I be stupid?
Why wouldn't I be snoopid?
Stupid.
No, why wouldn't you
man.
confront him?
Well, why am I be stupid for? Webb was dangerous. I couldn't let him know I was onto him. I would be dead before the week was
He
up.
was about 4'10" and like a buck. How was he dangerous? What should I do?
Well, we're just gonna leave that alone.
I'm not seeing anything useful here. Let's try something else.
I don't want to lose all that health, you know?
What exactly was your mission?
to gather incriminating evidence on Webb and all of his contacts.
You said earlier you've completed this mission. Will we be seeing more of Allah's family arrests?
I can neither confirm nor deny that.
You won't even tell us that?
Stop getting off track. This is irrelevant. The success of his mission has nothing to do with whether or not he killed the victim. Sustained. Please continue your testimony.
Why was that one the only one we can press further?
Maybe it's not.
You may be right there. We might find another one we can press further in a second. The fire destroyed all evidence to the crime.
That's right. Do we have anything that proves he was there?
Nothing physical, at least. We have emotional evidence. We were never able to make it onto the crime scene.
That's all we need. Cody was killed and I'm emotional.
Is there anything from outside the crime scene that can prove it?
I'm going to go with no, there isn't for now.
I don't think I have anything. I should keep looking for contradictions.
Indeed. That's what we're here for.
You made up her alibi. What happened yesterday was your fault.
Yeah, thanks, Togamera. That pain.
Yeah. I
Drooling.
now even more want you to be in jail.
Searing pain.
You caused me nightmares for a month.
Let's say I did make up her cover story, which I didn't. Does that automatically mean it was for evil reasons? No. Perhaps I was just desperate to solidify the case against Books. He destroyed the crime scene and left me without evidence.
Framing someone for murder isn't evil?
Not if he did it. That's some airtight, logic there, buddy. Of course, it was just a hypothetical scenario, which means it happened. Whether it was intentional or foolishness, you've ruined my case, Togamera. I hope you're happy. Giving up so quickly, Williamson. You always were spineless. Jesus. How long have these two known each other?
I don't know. Apparently longer than I realized.
I don't see anything wrong here.
There has to be something.
Well, maybe instead of letting him control the proceedings, you should.
How?
I have no voice here. I'm the spineless one. He's trying to talk about Mr. Webb's murder right now. We know there's nothing solid for that, so make him talk about something else.
But about what?
Indeed, that is the question. It was number 2 that was the thingy.
I didn't kill Webb.
Why wouldn't I be snooping?
No, why wouldn't you confront him? If he was so dangerous, why did you never bring him in?
Are you dense? That was the whole point of my mission. I was never able to gather sufficient evidence on him. Is it just me, or do this guy's mission parameters seem to change on a regular basis?
Because he's full of shit. It's not just you. I'm not seeing anything useful here. Maybe I should try something else.
Really? You just threatened us that you were going to take a lot of health off.
Whatever.
I figured that,
Go back to the first one. Maya said we need to get him off of Webb, so save. Present Cody's autopsy.
Nope.
No.
But he didn't kill Webb, then.
No.
All right,
he did kill Webb, we just don't have any proof.
No, he didn't kill Webb. He said so. See? He wouldn't lie to us, Garcon. Come on.
Shut up.
Is there something to suggest he
I'm telling you, we don't have to do this. We have nothing for Webb. Maya and
I
Phoenix
know.
both said we have nothing for this. We need to steer him away from Webb.
So we have to find the thing that says, hey, what about this guy?
What happened when you pressed the second, third? What happened when you press everything?
Again?
Yeah, just press everything. Right now, you're the most suspicious person here. It's really only your word against Mr. Books's.
You're certainly persistent.
It's my job to be persistent. Wait, did we not press this?
I could have swore we did. And it's my job to catch dangerous criminals, not murder them in cold blood. You have nothing to show that I did it.
We'll see.
You're nervous. I would be too. Now, if there isn't anything else, let's get back to my testimony.
Anything else? Anything else?
What the fuck?
Is there anything else I should bring up?
Game?
Make a new accusation! As a matter of fact, yes. I would like to say something more. The defense would like to make a new accusation.
Well, obviously,
Yeah, Cody's all
it has to be that.
I'll bet you were hoping to only explain one murder, weren't you?
Murder. Only one? Was there more? Jesus.
Yes. Yesterday another happened right in the middle of the police department. A young man named Cody Hackins was shot.
Murder! I am aware of a murder there.
Okay, Judge.
But you just... The police department is trying their best to recover from a tragedy like that. Hackins, I know that name. I remember him from the last trial. He was only a minor. Yes, indeed. I remember when he was yay tall. He was a little shit. He was too young. It shouldn't have happened to him. But, Mr. Wright, are you sure the two cases are connected?
Whoever killed Mr. Webb also had plenty of reason to want Cody dead as well.
Well, that's that.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. Simply put, they were working together.
Working together? That boy should have known better.
I'm starting to think that Webb wasn't a part of the Rivales family.
I don't think he was either. Do you believe you know why they were killed?
I think I do.
Do you?
It started with somebody being Hackins.
What? Somebody hacked him to death? Oh, Judge, you are precious. But I thought the victim was shot. No, Your Honor, he means his computer was hacked.
Who took an axe to his computer?
Why would anyone hack a computer? Hacking is when somebody uses a website or account without the permission of the owner. That doesn't sound like it's legal. I'm not up to date with all this hip mumbo-jumbo with technology.
Christ.
It is not, but that has never stopped criminals before. Suspicious indeed. Do you know who this hacker was?
Not hacker. Hackers.
Soul hackers?
Hackins.
More than one. How many?
I believe there were 2 people who had their accounts broken into.
2? Well, things are getting interesting. Now, Mr. Wright, perhaps you could fill in the details for us. Who was the first person to hack an account?
Save. My God, Judge.
I wonder who... Walter W.
Well, I mean,
Webb.
it's either Webb or Cody, so pick one of the 2.
They probably want both. No? Oh, okay. We're doing this. I see. And whose account did they break into? Webb.
Oh, no, wait. Remember, Cody hacked somebody.
Ah, yeah.
That's why he was in jail, so Cody would be the first one.
Load back. Sorry. It's okay. We did the thing wrong. We did the thing wrong. Pants are down. I see. And whose account did he break into? That was... Fuck. Evidence. That would be an evidence, right?
I don't know.
That probably wouldn't be it at all.
Wait, go back to the PM. That was a stupid thing to do. You made yourself a huge target. I guess present this? Nope. I have no idea.
Has to be a person. It's not another person.
I guess stranger to love.
I'm going to go with that, maybe. Save here so we don't have to present Cody again.
Nope.
No? God, I don't remember. Damn it.
How would it not be stranger to love? Why else would Webb get mad at him? Because stranger to love is the family freaking account.
I have no idea.
Did we mess something up?
I don't believe we did. Because Cody hacked somebody.
Try stranger to love again?
We're doing that. Okay. They broke into that person's account. Okay, we're doing 3.
Okay.
Jesus Christ. Do you have any proof of this?
That would be the PM.
Well, this by itself won't be enough. Do you have anything else to support this?
Something
Okay.
that shows that he hacked into the account. The IP log. Look at the IP log, see if there's any that are the same. Wait, didn't we already say that Cody had hacked into his account? No, go get it's Stranger to Love and Samurai Heroes or whatever.
Okay, Stranger to Love. See all of these. 24143. Oh, come on. 2414378.
Yep, there it is.
Yep, right there. Ah, yes. Now, on to the second incident.
What the?
Oh my god. They are going for it, aren't they? I don't know if I should even save here. Who was the second hacker?
Somebody hacked Bad Player, remember?
Yeah.
Posted that Bad Player had been killed. Stranger to Love? Stranger to Love hacked Webb?
Any proof?
Again, the IP log? Let's
Should have
look
seen the IP log,
at the IP
log in full, shouldn't we? Bad player, one.
Bad Player has one that's different. 198.51, 100, 31.
Nope.
240, 86, 75, 30. Go back. 240.
Nope.
Okay, but he could have been using a phone. He did use a phone, he didn't use his computer.
That's all the same. And that was pure madness.
I'll still just say I'll say this.
Okay.
There's one on his thing that isn't from his house. Because he never leaves his house, remember?
Yeah.
Anything else?
Anything
What's
else?
this? I have no clue.
Nope.
Let's look over everything.
That amazing map. That's just stalking.
Yeah. I don't think this is relevant to us anymore.
Not yet, anyway. 500 topic. IP log, which we already did that. There's that.
Yeah, I have nothing for this. You want me to look it up? I mean, we're 7 pieces of evidence in. I don't want to put them all in again.
Yeah.
Assuming everything we did before this was right.
Yeah, I'm hoping that too. Because they're not showing us anything that we're doing's right.
I'll look it up.
That's amazing that they'd go like one right after the other, right after the other,
Yeah.
right after the other. I think like after the first set, they would be like, "Oh yeah, well I see where you're going with this."
The IP log and the first autopsy report.
The first autopsy report.
So Webb's autopsy.
Damn it.
Your Honor, here's how things happened. Okay, so I assume we got it right.
Hopefully.
Cody Hackins, probably going off the rumors of the site, tried to hack Stranger to Love. This is supported by both the IP log and the conversation he had with Mr. Webb. Webb realized something was up. He contacted Cody and convinced him to help.
How did he know it was Mr. Hackins?
We can see in the PM that Webb knew what Cody was up to. Cody hadn't admitted it to him yet, so how else could he know? The same way we did. He had access to the site's IP log.
Yes, that would make sense. That was the first incident. What about the second?
The second took place after Mr. Webb was killed. Perhaps it wasn't exactly hacking. He may have just left his account open. And why was the IP different?
That counts as hacking for today's youth.
Yeah. But if you look at the last time Bad Player was used, you'll see it was after he was dead. Oh, I didn't get that at all.
Sloppy Joe's. I can go for a Sloppy Joe right now. He had access to Bad Player, but didn't erase solid evidence like that at conversation.
That wasn't an option. The music was already playing, so he was short on time. A more thorough check of the account wasn't possible. After that, the police were constantly monitoring who signed into the site with the IP log. So they would have been tipped off if somebody tried using Bad Player.
Like you did yesterday.
You knew?
The account was active at your client's home. Of course I knew. And besides, how else would you have gotten that PM log?
Williamson knew about that, and he was okay with it?
I'm surprisingly lax.
Am I supposed to be doing his whole job for him?
So this second hacking occurred after the murder. It was his killer?
Yes. You, Togamera. You used the account to post under Bad Player's name, knowing it would create suspects out of everybody from the Flame War. After that, you just needed somebody to solidify your case against.
You think I'm stranger to love? Funny. That entire sentence.
We already know you had access to it. You even admitted that you had been using it these past few days. And the account has never been used from the same location twice.
Oh no, now it's starting to fuck up.
That would be easy to do if your computer was mobile. Yeah, I'm getting, like, feedback. Like, say, that smartphone I always see you using.
That isn't evidence. Yes, it barely qualifies as speculation. I was using it to gather evidence against books. You can't prove I was the original user. I don't think there's any way to prove that this user was the killer. Is there?
Either Togamaru is Stranger to Love, or Stranger to Love is the killer. Or I can take a third option and try to prove that Togamaru is the killer, directly. Which should I do? I'm nothing if not direct. Togamaru is the killer! Your Honor, the defense will prove that Togamaru is the killer.
Very well. What is your proof for this?
Fuck! Cody. No.
The autopsy?
Cody, what did the autopsy report say?
Subject was shot 3 times in the back.
It. Did the bullets go through him?
Yes.
They should
Through
have
his
the
body.
bullets.
Yeah. They can check his,
Ballistics.
yeah, his gun. No, hey, I wanted, hey, hey, game. Game. Hold on a sec.
Our proof is the autopsy. This particular IP chart doesn't distinguish between phones and computers. The autopsy report is not an IP chart. Nor does it show that a username, a bodiless entity, was at the crime scene. However, I can't prove that Togamaru is the killer.
I don't believe you for a second. There's no evidence. The crime scene was destroyed.
Only one of them. Remember, there were 2 murders. And I believe the second one contains some very solid evidence against you. This is the autopsy report for the second victim. Read here. It says the wounds on Quody were consistent with those on Webb. That means the same type of weapon was used to kill both people.
A gun. That doesn't mean anything. A million different people could have that same type of gun.
Actually, the type of gun is just circumstantial. There's something else I'm looking at. Something much more important.
No.
We still have the bullets that killed you. You put the cursor over past, so I didn't know if that was going to give that to you. Unlike the first
I was hoping
murder.
it would.
We have some very solid evidence this time.
I was throwing a Hail Mary. Yes, bullets would be considered evidence. Has the forensics team done any testing on them yet? I cannot say. I haven't been involved with that particular case. Well then, let's check with them. Bailiff, please contact Criminal Affairs and find out what they know.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm always in so much pain.
You sound like the forensics guy.
No, he sounded like this.
We're brothers. What have you found out?
I have a chief detective on the phone, so he caught me in the middle of my meal.
This isn't your lunch break.
God damn it, this trial's been taking 6 years.
It feels like it's taken 6 years. I want to be honest, I thought we were on case 4 for a little while.
He says they haven't done any testing on the actual bullets specifically.
Did you get shot?
A little. But they're ready when we are.
Mr. Wright, you've led us here. I think you should decide what type of test they perform.
Blood test! Idiot.
I'm not good with tests. Testing takes time, Judge. I'd say we only have enough for one thing. Oh.
How do you like my headband?
Beyond that, we're just stalling.
Shows
I
stalling.
agree. Mr. Wright, what test should they perform on the bullets?
We should check for
Fingerprints, DNA.
caliber.
Obviously, it's fucking ballistic marking.
Yeah. We should check for the ballistic markings on the bullets. Since they hit a shelf of books and not something harder, they might still fully be intact. Looks like that hit a nerve. I'm getting to him.
Finally. Very well, the forensics team will investigate the ballistic markings. They didn't find shit.